so I cut my hair and I cut it myself. I cut about maybe 6 inches or more. You guys can see some before photos on my Instagram. But I'm gonna show you how to style this hair. I'm gonna go ahead and section out my hair. And so before I do that, I'm gonna turn around and show you my hairstyle. It's a little bit of an asymmetrical. Side would be a little bit longer. And this side I have the option to tuck it behind my ear. And then I kind of made it really just kind of piecey and layered in the back so it can just kind of lay over. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my hair with the Hot Tools. And this is a 3/4 inch iron. And before I do that, I'm gonna section up my hair and I'm going to brush it as well just to get out any tangles. I'm enjoying the short hair, but I do get a lot of bed head, so my hair is just kind of naturally fluffy because I do have coarse and wavy hair, and so I'm going to section it out. I'm going to part it halfway up. Use a hair tie first just to kind of pull the little nub away. Because I have shorter length, it's going to be a little bit harder to curl. Right now I'm going to use just a 3/4 inch barrel just to show you how you can create like a big, more softer wave. Okay, it's just about ready. And I already put in some oil, which is a little bit of coconut oil. So I'm just going to grab sections. And I always start at the base, turn my rod so that it curls the ends. And I don't want it to be on the ends of the hair too long because that's where it's most damaged. I'm just going to grab and curl just to give it some texture. So now we're going to go to the next section. I'm just going to use my thumbs as my comb and then section out this top. Tie that section right here. Start at the base and then roll this around to press the other parts of the hair, pressing the very end last. Now that I have a mohawk section, I'm going to just work from the back, create a back section right here. The rest of it I'm going to just twist it away, and I'm going to use a clip. Any clip is fine, just to put your hair out of your face. And I'm going to use this section and start about maybe 1 inch. Since the hair is pretty short, for me, I'm just going to grab enough where I have control. Lift my hair about 90 degrees from my scalp, and then starting from the base and then roll it, let it set for a little bit, and then take it out. Grab that next section right here, and if you feel like it's too much hair, go ahead and divide it into 2 parts. Now that we're at the front, and I like to part my hair this way, and because I have my natural part going this way, I'm actually going to curl it the opposite way. So starting from this section here, where my part usually is, I'm going to grab that hair, and I'm going to just have it 90 degrees from my root, and I'm just going to start at the base to give it the maximum volume. I'm going to turn the rod as it presses the edges. Okay, section, and you can do as small of a section or thick, depends on how well your hair curls. I like to do smaller sections in the front so that I get the most volume that I need. So now that this is done, I'm going to turn it off. And my hair is crazy. Okay. Use my hands and just kind of brush out the curls a little bit so they kind of clump together. And what I want is this lift right here. And I want this lift to create that volume off of my forehead, and the rest I'm just going to brush it out. Feel free to use a brush if you want. So I literally could just do this and brush it out. But if you're afraid that your curls are going to break and just like completely diffuse, then use your hands. But I like to use my hands because I feel like I have the most control. If you feel like your curls are getting so diffused, all you need to do is just use your hand and re-scrunch it, and your curls will come back to life. So it's all about controlling your hair and bringing the curls back to life. Now I'm going to use some wax, and one of my favorite dry waxes is the Sebastian craft clay. Okay, and what I do is I apply it onto my fingertips only. There's no point to put product onto the palms because you're just gonna waste it. So I just put it on my fingers because these are my tools. And I'm going to just use my fingers as a comb, brush out any of the baby hairs, kind of give that baby hair some control. Same on this side. I have a ton of baby hair and I've always had baby hair. So I'm just going to use this and going to also piece out the edges of the curls so it has a little bit more structure. So I'm going to use a little bit more. So here I'm just going to apply the wax on the very edges. And because my hair is so short, especially in the back, I wasn't able to curl it, I'm going to use the same wax. I'm going to show you. And I'm just going to go back and forth, piece out the edges on the bottom. So this is the finished style, and you can tweak all the little pieces right here as needed if you want.